One of the things that June Jones speak about when he talk about his decision to offer my son or to give my son a full ride scholarship to SMU was his film. He said, I watched this kid on film return 11 touchdowns. He said that was something Deion Sanders never even done. I had never seen that before, okay? And then watching him, I was amazed at his athletic ability, okay? Now this is a guy who was at the Oregon camp, was at the Washington camp, had an invitation to go down. Actually, the coach of Cal came to watch his last game, and he sprained an ankle first kickoff. Okay, now Coach Gould from Cal comes up here to watch him, gonna make his decision after this game whether or not he wants to offer Kenny a scholarship to come to Cal. Okay, first opening kickoff, Kenneth gets a sprained ankle. He played the whole game on a bum wheel. Okay?
But he fought through it.
He fought through it. Okay, but that wasn't the case. That wasn't what he evaluated. He saw a kid's movement not as fluent as he thought it was. Okay? Yeah, I understand he got the injury. Okay? That's unfortunate. That's what, that's the way the report came back to me. Okay? But as I said, we went to junior days. We toured the campus. It was, hey, come to the camp. You know what I mean? True, his academic prowess wasn't as impressive as it could have been or should have been. Okay, so I'm sure there was that kind of factored into some of the decision, for them not to offer him. But yet and still, my point to you is each coach has a different criteria for making their selection. But it all goes back to the film, that how that kid looks on film. I feel your kid could be in a better situation than maybe popular opinion, because I subscribe to the theory, if you ain't supposed to be there, if you that much better than them, then prove it. Make it painfully obvious that the only reason I'm here is because of this. Okay? You ain't got to say a word to nobody. Okay? Because you got the ultimate weapon, man. The eye in the sky don't lie. What I'm telling you is you have the best medium to get your kid where you need to get your kid based on my knowledge of what coaches is looking for. Because I coached your son. Okay? When you was out there, I ain't had shit to do with you, man. You worked with my boy. You sat in my living room. Okay? But our interactions were very, very minimal unless it has something to do with parental advice or instruction needed or permission needed. Because my focus is on the athletes that I'm serving, not their parents. What I'm trying to get you to understand right here, bro, is that my youngest son, my oldest son, okay, his dream was to go to LSU. Okay, his junior year, okay, the injury bug came in like a bad storm, bro. It was one ankle to the next ankle, that hammy, okay, it was just ugly, okay, because it's bad and you know it, okay. I got the coach down there at FAMU saying, you know, hey, you get him down to 47, I'm gonna give him a full ride scholarship for track and field. Freshman year, he ran a 40. Sophomore year, he went state with a 49 flat or 49.02. That give me 2 years to knock off 2 seconds. Realistic, okay? I'm on for the challenge, okay? Now, he finished up with a 48.5 after coming off of reoccurring hamstring injuries where I brought him back too fast because we got to get him to see you. You got your senior year. Your junior year. We got to get the film out there. We got to get... Not looking out for the best interest of my son. Getting him well. So that he can perform at 100% so he can display that. Okay? But his academic prowess, his work ethic, his personality, as I told you, it was always his dream to go to LSU. I love LSU. I bleed LSU purple and gold.
I like the Tigers.
I'm from Louisiana.
I was a Shaq fan, so as soon as he hit LSU, I was like, oh, look at them Tigers.
People don't know LSU is bigger than the Saints in Louisiana.
Yeah.
If you come up in New Orleans, okay, and hey, I mean that's my home, okay. But my point in the matter is,
I got people in Shreveport, so
he went to LSU. Okay, and he became a walk-on. And probably, with hindsight being 2020, I don't know.
He could have made pro.
Okay?
It's just his dream is bigger.
He would have cracked the lineup had the same thing that kept him from being a number 1 recruit reared his head, ugly face again. That injury bug. There's some athletes that have, either due to blood cells, white blood cells, bone density, and muscle structure, okay, they can't avoid it. I don't care what you do, all right? They gonna blow. When they get to top speed, they gonna blow. When I mean by blow a hammy, pull something, or they wound so tight. If you touch them in that tackling form and hold on while they still trying to fight away, something is gonna go. Okay, but it's tough to get a dog to accept that. Okay, especially when that's all you know. Okay, so that was the challenge for him, and I use that example because he had absolutely no. Back that up. I misstate that. Okay, Portland State offered him at the end of his sophomore year. Okay, the legal date that you can offer a junior, okay, would be the beginning of the school year. There's junior year, okay. He got his first full ride offer to Portland State at the beginning of his junior year. Okay, my message is, okay, the somebody saw it, okay. Now, flood. You know what Tiger Woods did? He wanted to go to Princeton. You've been in Nike. He wrote a letter to the golf coach at Princeton and told him, I want to be here. His sophomore year. And he wrote him every year until he got the opportunity to get a visit. And nowadays, bro, the universities and at the pro levels, man, they want character guys. They want guys who've been through some stuff and still able to hold their heads up and compete at a high level. You know what I mean? That's not gonna drop their head at the first first hint of things falling apart. Because as we know in sports, we all have bad days, we all have bad games. So how are you going to react after a loss? How are you going to bounce back after a loss? Okay, that's why they don't want highlight films. It's enough highlights, man. You can make a highlight. I did enough highlight films myself on my own with I ain't even have the high tech stuff you got. Okay, but the stuff I put together for Kenneth, man, he looked like, you know what I mean? Coach like, give me some game film, man. I need some game film. I see enough highlights. Okay, send him the PIL games. Okay, so Coach, I'm gonna send you the games, okay, and it's real footage. I'm letting you know that now, okay. But you're only gonna get a quarter because they got to take him out of the game. Now, if he played the whole game, Diallo would have been writing letters every week in the PIL. So Kenneth had to get all his stats, get all his stuff at in the preseason games when we playing against the Newbergs and the outer league guys, okay? And then when we move into the PIL, okay, he knew. Just to you remember the Titans when the dude go over to the coach and he do him like that? He point at him like, you son of a gun, you, okay? Just to tell the coach, hey man, you better kick it out of bounds, because if you put it in play, I got the 52. I got the 52. Okay? I can go side to side all day long. That's his attribute. That's one of his strengths. He's ambidextrous. Okay? So you can kick it over to here. His hips is open, baby. He's going to get it. Okay? It ain't but 52. He a 400-meter state champion. 4x4, that is.
Yeah.
Okay? So the 52 ain't nothing. Okay, we eat those for breakfast. Feel me?
That's why I tell Noah that track and field is important. Important.
Next point. Okay, that's my next point. Okay, get his butt on the track, because it ain't a track coach in the world.
Please tell him that. He right there. Tell
Noah, get your butt on the track. If you want to get away from the racism, okay, get your butt between them lines and let them see how fast you is, okay? Put on that skin-tight uniform. Let them see your muscles expand and contract. Let them see how thick those calves is and how powerful you are, okay? And it don't matter what nobody says, okay? Track is an individual sport. You get to be selfish. You ain't got to be a team guy. You understand? And that's also in a venue where you can run USA track and field all the way up until 18. So you don't need a team endorsement, okay? Track and field is the ultimate body workout.
Did your boys do it?
Both of them, state champions. As a matter of fact, they currently hold the school record for the fastest 4x4 run in Grant High School the school was
the sports established.
It was established in 1924. Karl Acker, Kenneth Acker, Karl Acker. Let me back that up. Let me get it right, okay? Karl Acker ran the opening leg of 49 flat. Okay, coming off of an injury-riddled football season with a high ankle sprain, okay, and a bad hamstring. He passed the baton to his little brother, who did not want to run track. It was pulling teeth. Okay, when I say pulling teeth, I mean like I need to have a license in dentistry right now. I'm in the wrong profession because it was this boy hated track. He hated it so much that after they won the championship, we sitting on the high jump pit waiting for them to go up on the stand to get their medal. Okay? Now here you done set the school record. to run the 5th fastest time ever run in the state of Oregon. The 5th fastest. So they're in the top 5. Okay. I say, bro, now you can't tell me this shit don't feel good. He said, man, I hate this shit, Dad. Just like that, after winning the state championship. Okay? Wow. But after his sophomore year at SMU, okay, after receiving the Conference USA Player of the Week honors for taking 2 interceptions to the house, and hearing the commentators say nothing but, look at that stride. He thanked me for making him run track. Okay. After being in Texas for 4 years, bragging about, or I should say his freshman year, bragging about the 41-2-6 that him and his relay team ran to get second place, to some guys who ran 39 something to get not even qualify for the finals in Texas. Okay. He tells me how important he feels that his track training was to his success. So much so, after completing his time at SMU, the only way he would do his training would be at the Michael Johnson training facility in Dallas, Texas. Is Dallas or Houston, 1 and 2? In Houston, I think it is. Okay, Michael Johnson has one of the best training facilities in the state, in the country. Okay, it's a $50 million facility or something like that. All state of the art. All of the top draft picks go there to train for the combine. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he didn't get an invitation to the combine. He trained at the facility with not Michael Johnson. Okay, Michael makes appearances and does workouts with the guys. He have a special training group that he work with, depending on how much money you got.
Your level of comfort.
Exactly, okay? So if you can afford him, mm-hmm. Right? But me and his agent went around and around about this, okay? Because the agent had him set up to work with companies that they normally use to get guys ready for the draft, okay? Mm-hmm. He was adamant that he wanted to work at the Michael Johnson Center because he needed that speed. He wanted to increase his speed. Everything else, And
that's the problem I'm having with Noah right now. It's kind of like he's strong. He's really strong. It's just his speed's not there, man. And I'm telling him, your agility is not where it should be right now. And he's like, man, I don't got no coach to work with me. And he's like, Dad, you been sick.
You full of shit. You full of shit. I got one name for your ass. Arthur Delaney. And if you don't know him, your ass shouldn't be at Barlow.
I don't know Arthur Delaney, but I'm not at Barlow.
Arthur Delaney ran track for Barlow. He's currently if I'm not mistaken, he's the Pac-12 champion in the 1 or the 2. Ooh. Okay? He won state in the 100 and the 200 and was on one of their top relay teams. Okay, this was during the transition from Jordan and Nicole battling. Now you get Arthur Delaney coming in, who nobody really paid attention to. Okay, Arthur Delaney was a bad boy, all right, and he had to go to Lane, if I'm not mistaken, because of his academic prowess, and Lane is a feeder for Oregon. He 2 years later transferred into Oregon, full ride scholarship, track scholarship. Now he's the Pac-10 champion. Don't quote me on this. Go look it up. because I just saw it this past track season, okay? He won the 100 or the 200, one of the two, okay? And the boy can roll, okay? Don't sleep on the track, man, okay? You got trouble with agility, that track opens up the hips, get your knees up, okay? Get the big muscles working, get the glutes, okay? Get the twitch moving, okay? Those are the things that coaches are going to be looking at when they talk about giving you $300,000 for a full ride scholarship. Okay, they're going to be looking at your body. They're going to be looking at whether or not you can sustain, man. Okay, now here's a tip for you, bro, and do what you want with it. I ain't knocking your mom. I ain't knocking your dad. Okay, but same, because I'm in the same class. All right, and I ain't putting limitations on you. You're going to top out, nigga, possibly right about 6'1". You ain't going to be no 6'4", motherfucker. It ain't in your DNA. All right? What that mean? That mean you're going to be stuck at the point or a two guard. What that mean? You got to have hella hips. Okay? Because otherwise you're going to be a liability. You got to be able to move, man. You got to have speed when you're a little guy. All right? And yeah, 6'4" is a little guy in the pros. 6'4" is a little guy at the next level in college. Okay, so there are two attributes. There are two attributes that they say that, you know, you can't coach. You can't coach size and you can't coach speed. That's God-given talent. That comes from your creator. Okay, unfortunately, I'm not 6'5", I'm not 6 foot. Okay, I'm every bit of 5'8", 5'9". Okay, my wife is a couple inches shorter than me. Okay, my son Kenneth, he 6 foot. Okay, and he just got those last 15. I say 15 minutes, but he was 5'11.75 for the longest at SMU, but they had him listed at 6'1". But when you go into the draft, it's all about what's actually on that tape. Okay, so by the time he finished up at SMU, he was like 590 something. Okay, and he crossed the hump in training camp. Now he's a legal 6 foot. Okay, he at the time was 193 pounds. He's a solid 195. Not looking to get no bigger because you need to keep those hips open. And for his frame, he has the perfect amount of weight on his frame. Okay, so what happens when you don't have this, when you don't develop your speed, now you got to put on that extra muscle to try and impress somebody with your
bully through.
Okay, so you got natural speed, man. You need to enhance it, and it's a hella release for all the frustration that you feel in that these people putting your dad through, your family through. Okay, it's a hella release because ain't nothing gonna kick your ass. Ain't nothing gonna work you like that 400 meters. Okay? I done a ton of sports, man. A ton of sports. Okay? But if you run a 400 the way it's supposed to be run.
I think he does an 800.
Well, shoot.
I think he set the record at Gordon Russell for the 800.
That's all fine and good. That's all fine and good. Everything you do on the track is based off your 400 time. Okay? That determines whether they're going to run you up or they're going to run you down. And if you're a bad motherfucker like me, you're what they call a middle distance runner. That means your ass can sprint for a long time. That means you can go really fast for a long time. Okay? And that's where you get into the 153s and the 149s and the 148s in the 800. Mm-hmm. So I hold the state record in Louisiana for the district I was in, and I was the first the state champion of the school. I ran a 152 in the 800. Okay, I was every bit of a 48 in the 400. Okay, now my 200 time and my 100 time was enough to get me spots on the relay team. I couldn't fuck with the open. You know what I mean? I wasn't no 10-5 nigga. You know what I mean? But your ass line up in that 400, you better believe by the time we touch that tape, you're going to be behind me. Okay? You line up in that 800, I'm going to make you puke. Okay? 200, once I come up off of that curve, man, and them knees started coming up, that's a wrap. I staked my life on it. Okay? I couldn't play football because I have a fractured skull. So I couldn't take that blow. You feel me? If I would put on the helmet, went out there, took a blow to the head, I would have been Looney Tune. Okay? So I could never be cleared to play legally. But I played park and rec. You know what I mean? I paid it. We had neighborhood teams in Louisiana. You know, it's like the 12th ward versus the 3rd ward, 11th ward. Your ward play a different ward. Okay? Those games were more exciting than some of the high school games. Okay? And so I still played. But after moving into high school, and it became more, I became more popular or more successful in track, and I relished that burn. Okay, if you don't relish the burn, get out of sports right now. I'm telling you, I'm wasting my time talking to you. Okay, you got to relish the burn, and hopefully you understand what I mean when I say relish the burn.
Honestly, I think that was
to break that down.
I think that was my favorite part of the game, Pierce. I mean, just to have that burning, you sore in your body, but then you know that you're getting stronger and you're getting better and you're getting faster, and it's just
every burn concentrates a win, or contemplates or translates into however you want to state it. As I told you earlier, I'm from the South. I really don't give a whole much respect in terms of how the words come out. It's the message that's important. Okay. I'm from the hood, okay? I didn't spend a whole lot of time in the classroom getting the stuff grammatically correct, okay? But the point comes across, all right? My point to you is you got to invest in yourself and stop letting other people control your emotions, because what you put out there is being seen by people at the next level, and you're being evaluated on it. And they're not looking at it saying, oh, Barlow is keeping him down. What they're looking at is they saying, oh, when faced with adversity, this kid ain't going to perform. This kid, when faced with adversity, this kid is not going to perform. He's going to shut down. Okay? Or they're going to say, look at all the adversity that this kid is going through, man, and he's still balling out there. They trying to keep, why in the hell is he on JV? They must have a political agenda over there. Mm-hmm. That's what you need to be making them say. It ain't how much time you play, it's what you do while you playing. Okay? Because at the next level, it's going to be 100 motherfuckers on every college team you go to. Ain't no college team out there that tote less than 100. And your first mistake going to get your ass put on the sideline. Mm-hmm. I don't give a damn how much you like you think they like you think you all that. Is what have you done for me lately, and how can you bounce back?
Who is error free?
Okay.
We want to find out who's making the smart decisions on the field and not messing up on audibles.
Well, everybody make mistakes. Okay, it's how you deal with those mistakes is what they evaluate, and what type of mistakes is being made. Hey, we've been covering this all week in practice. Now you get out here in the game, bro. You ain't learned nothing from practice. We talked to you about this, and we showed you on film and in our studies and meeting studies, but were you really paying attention? Because it didn't translate over to the game. You're making the same mistake you made in practice. Okay? Or You made the mistake in practice. We told you how to fix it. Get your butt in the weight room. Go see your trainer. You need to do some extra here or there. But we don't never see you in the weight room. You ain't doing nothing extra. Okay?
Nothing extra. Hold on, I gotta change the camera view on this. Nothing extra. So whenever you go to practice and you do what everybody else is doing and you jog home, you don't realize other people don't have cars. So they gotta jog home too. So that little extra you think you're doing is not really extra. It's only extra to extra people.
No. Put it like this, man. Your dad said it was something that was quality, okay? I'm gonna hit you with this one. If you don't have your own workout regimen outside of the team, you ain't going nowhere. Flat out. Okay? You have to do something before you go to practice or after you leave practice that's your workout. Okay? And I don't mean a cool down run home. Because that's a cool down run after the workout to run home. That's called a cool down. Okay? Or to run to practice is called a warm up. Okay? So if you're running to practicing, and then running home, then you're good. Then when you get home, you got to do your workout. Okay? You got to have something. It's one thing to run there and warm up and then run home for your cool down. Okay? But if you're going to do that, I prefer you to do your workout prior to, or do it in the morning. Because after you do your cool down, you want to be done for the evening. You know what I'm saying? So make it such that you should have your own regimen prior to engaging in any team or any type of competition or any practice. Okay? My boys, I'm old school. I'm from a family that had, you know, the government was our support. Okay? I wasn't able to have personal trainers or you know, even sometimes to have the fees paid. Okay? So we did what the fellas in the hood, we called it the jailhouse workout. Nobody can stop that. And that's just straight push-ups, straight crunches, sit-ups, crunches, and push-ups. Okay? Nothing but your own natural body. By the time my boys got ready to graduate, they was doing 1,000 each a day.
1,000 each a day.
1,000 each.
1,000 each a day.
On top of going to practice, on top of competing in game days and practice days, you know. Come on, man.
I tell them jump roping is really good for them too, but you know, I get the backlash, I get the battle.
Jump ropes is one of the most physical things you can do, because you're using everything. Okay, your abs are engaged, your lats, your triceps, because all of this right here. Okay, your calves, because you have to spring off. And I mean your quads and hams, obviously, okay. And if you're double dutching, oh my gosh, take a look at them girls, the double dutch champions, okay. And I mean, look at them to watch the athleticism, because they fine as hell. You don't know, you're looking at them for the wrong reason. You know what I mean? All right, but now I'm gonna get serious. Back to the point. All right, those athletes, they're from the waist down. Understand the muscle structure. Okay, go online, go to the library, get a book, get as much information as you can about your muscles. There's a ton of you can Google the human body, and they'll show you the body without the skin, where just the muscles attached to each other. Okay, and it looks kind of gluish, because it's all red and blue and greenish or whatever the case may be. But it also gives you a definition of that muscle and its proper, what it's used for. And if you don't understand your muscle structure, you don't know what your muscles do, then back out of the game, man. You're wasting your time. Invest in your craft, okay? Otherwise, you just setting yourself up for failure, man, because it's going to be a big heartache when the guy that's the same size as you have been faced with some of the same challenges or more, okay, who've been grinding, who've been down on that flow, diamonds on that flow, clapping.
Diamonds.
Okay, all right, because he can't wait, because he relished that feeling, okay? When you beat up against that guy, he don't give a fuck what Barlow did to you. He don't give a damn what your struggle is. He just know that he got to whip your ass, and he gonna do it. And anybody else who line up in front of him, because he's been trained to do that, because he has a goal in mind, and he ain't gonna let nobody stop him.
That mentality, I'm telling you, it's that mentality growing up. My mentality was break through to get through.
Hey, man, mine is and always will be. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from getting what I want. Okay? And if you in my way, okay, I don't have no sympathy for you. I'm rolling over you.
You knew what it was coming in.
I'm rolling over you. Okay? I'm 4,000 miles away from home, homeboy. Okay? And I'm rolling over fools. Because I know what I want. All right? And Oregon provided that for me and my family. Okay? So, in doing so, I really didn't care about the obstacles. I mean, shoot. I am the hood. All right? I was raised by the hood. All right? I never spent a day in the house with my daddy. Okay? And I had like 4 stepdaddies. All right? I was raised, I mean, the men in the community, the old dude sitting on the corner playing checkers, the old man sitting on the corner sitting on his porch smoking his pipe or smoking his cigar, who used to call me over to come wash his car or to come cut his grass. And while I'm doing so, he's telling me stuff that black men supposed to tell other black men to help them be successful. Okay? And I took all that in because I didn't see myself as, hey, yeah, my daddy, you can't tell me what to do. The streets was my daddy. Okay? So I took it from everybody. And I'm going to keep taking it from everybody. If you got something I want, and you got a formula for getting it, and you putting it out there, you better believe I'm going to take it. I ain't going to duplicate your shit.
I'm just going to take what I need from it.
Take what I need, baby. Okay? I'm a collaborative. Okay? So, that's the message, man. That's the message. I could go on all day about this, man. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, my life is one big struggle. Okay? I'm continuing to grind, and that's why I'm here at this school today, to give to these kids because somebody gave to me. Okay? And I'm going to keep giving as long as there's life in my body. I'm going to keep giving. I don't need the money. I don't get paid for giving. I don't want to get paid for giving. Okay? So, that's my message, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Karl Acker, Sr.